Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to Star Scandal Spotlight. Today, we're diving into an absolutely gripping story that has left fans stunned across the globe. After months of silence, Hye Kyo has finally spoken out, and what she revealed about her past with Song Joong, just after marrying Lee Min-ho, is nothing short of explosive. "I couldn't keep it in any longer," she confessed, and with those words, a hidden chapter of her life had been thrust into the spotlight. Don't go anywhere, what you're about to hear will change everything you thought you knew. Let's get into it, right now. The glimmer of happiness surrounding Hye Kyo and Lee Min-ho's surprise wedding had barely begun to settle when the unexpected happened, a confession. But not just any confession. A bombshell that has reignited one of Korea's most talked about love stories. As cameras flashed and congratulations poured in from across the globe, Hye Kyo stood before a sea of microphones. Her eyes heavy, her voice trembling, but firm. "I couldn't keep it in any longer." In that moment, time seemed to freeze. The air shifted, reporters leaned in, fans stopped breathing. She wasn't just talking about her new life. She was finally breaking her silence about Song Joong. For years, speculation ran wild. What had truly happened between the once beloved couple? Why did their fairy tale romance crash so suddenly? And how did she move on from the man the world once saw as her forever? Just days earlier, the wedding between Hye Kyo and Lee Min-ho had been hailed as the event of the year. Held in a private villa tucked into the serene countryside of Jeju Island, only a few hand-picked guests were allowed behind the velvet curtain. Rumors hinted that even some A-listers were left off the list. It was quiet, intimate, and strangely solemn. Some guests noticed it too, the way Hye Kyo kept glancing at the sea, her fingers trembling as she held her bouquet. She was happy. But there was something else, a stylist whispered. It was like she was carrying a memory she hadn't let go of. Then came the post-wedding press conference, a tradition for stars of her caliber. This wasn't your typical gratitude-filled Q&A. Hye Kyo's lips parted. Her breath caught. He looked down at her wedding ring, and then, almost as if releasing a decade's worth of restraint, she said it. "I never truly said goodbye to him." To Song Joong, gasps echoed across the room. Journalists dropped their pen, phones fumbled. She continued, "We parted not out of hatred, but confusion. I didn't fight for us when I should have. I walked away before I truly understood what I was feeling." She paused, swallowing emotion. Voice quivering. "I carried that silence for years. But today, I begin again with someone who saw all my broken pieces and stayed. Before I can love Lee Min-ho fully, I needed to say this out loud." It wasn't a scandal. It wasn't bitterness. It was something more raw, unfinished grief, lingering love, perhaps, or the aching honesty of someone who no longer wanted to wear a polished mask. Insiders close to the couple say Lee Min-ho knew. He knew everything. He had listened to her stories. He had stood quietly through nights when she would cry without reason. And in return, he had promised her freedom, even the freedom to speak of the man she once loved. "Lee Min-ho isn't threatened by her past," said one close friend. "He's proud that she found the strength to say it." And yet, fans can't help but wonder, how will Song Joong react? So far, there's been radio silence, but industry sources claim he received the transcript of her speech within minutes, and according to one assistant, read it alone in his car and didn't say a word for over an hour. In a culture where image often outweighs truth, Hye Kyo's words shook more than headlines. They shook the expectations placed upon women in the spotlight. Her decision to publicly acknowledge an unresolved past, on the very day she steps into a new future, was nothing short of revolutionary. Fans are torn. Some feel it's closure, others believe the door may still be open between her and Song Joong. But for now, one thing is certain. Love triangle Korea thought had ended just reopened, quietly, painfully, and honestly. World waited and waited. After Hye Kyo's emotional confession stunned fans and media alike, one question burned brighter than any headline. Song Joong respond? For days, his team remained silent. His social media accounts, usually sprinkled with promotional posts or casual selfies, went dark. No interviews, no sightings, no statements. Then, just as the media storm began to die down, A cryptic photo appeared on his private fan cafe, a Polaroid from 2017. It showed him and Song Hye Kyo laughing in a dressing room, their eyes locked, hands almost touching. Oblivious to the world, no caption. Just the image. Internet exploded. 2 days later, a close acquaintance of Song Joong, an actor who starred with him in a drama years ago, spoke to the press under anonymity. He didn't post that photo by accident, the source said. That day was important. It was right after they filmed the final scene of Descendants of the Sunday. She cried in his arms. Not because of the scene, but because she knew something was changing. According to the source, Song Joong still holds deep emotions for his ex-wife. Once he had buried beneath years of silence and professional focus. He loved her quietly even after the divorce, a friend said, and what she said at the wedding. It broke something open in him. Amid the brewing media storm, Ho made his first public appearance at a charity event in Gangnam. When asked by reporters about Song Hye Kyo's shocking remarks and the public's obsession with her past, he didn't flinch. His answer was calm, but powerful. I wasn't threatened by memory. I didn't marry her past, I married her truth. That line, simple, yet unwavering, sent waves through the media. Fans who had questioned his reaction were suddenly silenced. His statement wasn't just about reassurance, it was a declaration of confidence, a bold stance that he was not a placeholder or a rebound, but a man who embraced every chapter of her life. Still, tension remains. On one side are fans who still dream of a rekindled connection between Song Hye Kyo and Song Joong. Their chemistry was once in a lifetime, one comment read. They were never meant to end like that. Others are fiercely protective of Lee Min-ho. He gave her peace when she was broken. Another fan posted, "That's the love that matters." Amid this divide, one thing is becoming clear: this is no longer just a love story, it's a legacy in motion. Rumors have already started to swirl. An anonymous entertainment reporter hinted that Song Hye Kyo and Song Joong may be invited to the same upcoming film festival in Paris this fall. It would be the first time they've seen each other face to face since her wedding, the source teased. Insiders claim that both parties have received invitations, but neither has confirmed attendance. If the meeting happens, it won't just be a reunion. It could be the final chapter, or the beginning of a brand new one. Just when the frenzy began to calm, a private letter allegedly written by Song Hye Kyo to Song Joong was leaked online. Handwritten, dated just a week before her wedding to Lee Min-ho. The letter was filled with raw emotion. "I don't know if you've ever read this, but I need to say it. Not for closure, because I never truly wanted things to close. I'm about to start a new chapter. Part of me still wonders if we ever really ended." The authenticity of the letter hasn't been confirmed, but fans believe it matches her handwriting from past fan notes. Some netizens even compared the emotional read to her known diary entries. Whether real or not, the letter has reignited speculation. Did Song Hye Kyo still love Song Joong even as she walked down the aisle with Lee Min-ho? Or was it simply a final release, a way to bury the past, once and for all? As emotions swirl and the public watches with bated breath, one thing is certain: this love story is far from